Fun, pure sports. Got the big show here. I'm Holden. Big T, JSU, another baseball playoff slate. Boys, that was awesome yesterday. That was almost as good as like the first 2 days of March Madness. Yeah, especially out here in Mountain Time. It's like 10 in the morning till 1 in the morning or maybe midnight or whatever it was. But how'd you guys do yesterday? How was baseball for you, Big T?
I mean, we should just start with right away what you said or before the show, where you drank iced tea at 5 p.m. and it
I
kept you
did.
up all night. I mean, what are you, like 75 years old? I
Yeah.
mean, who can't sleep because they drink iced tea at 5 p.m.?
It's my brain chemistry, man. That's all it is. Just drink a little iced tea, and if I had 2 sips of iced tea, I was done. But I had to. It was either that or not do the podcast with the kids, Rubio and Titletown. So it was
With the
screw it. I
kids,
took one for the team.
how'd that go? How'd the old
Great. I love those guys. They're terrific.
Who's
You
got
know
better
what?
stories though, the old guys or the young guys?
The young guys don't even tell stories. They're just breaking things down. Like I said, Uncle T's got some stuff on you. We'll do that. I'll make stuff up about you. That would be good too. And maybe we'll get some JSU stories too. Maybe JSU has something for us. I don't know. You and Tony partied it up, didn't you, JSU? You guys kind of were in your own clique at the Nashville party for a little bit. I couldn't even get in with you. I tried talking to you. You're like,
own clique.
yeah.
Own clique.
Like it
What
was
are you
the cool
talking
guys
about?
in one corner, and then the 90 other guys were just standing there going, "Gee, I wish I could hang out with them."
Well, it's just see, Tony was trying to, we played some hoops together on Saturday before the Sunday hoop game, and see, Tony was just trying to, hang out with some actual real like basketball player, and get all the, get all the, the tricks and the tips that he could get from my game, so he could try and beat me on Sunday, and it still didn't work. He still couldn't beat me on Sunday, so.
Yeah,
That's what it was really, and he just wanted to hang out with the winner. You know what I mean? Which I understand,
yeah,
obviously. So
yeah.
because winners win, right, Tony?
I mean, I don't know what you're talking about right now.
Where's the company party this year? Are we going down to like horse country out there in Kentucky? Is that what we're doing?
I think we all agreed that we have to go to like Detroit though, because Hoop won't go anywhere else. He only goes like in a 10-mile radius from his house. So
No, screw him then. He's staying home. We are not going to Detroit.
just keep the tradition alive where he stays home for the party.
That's a horrible idea. I'm not going to run pure Detroit. I'm staying home too.
I agree.
Oh man. All right. There's some really cool caves out by me with some mountain lions. We could have some fun. Test what's our risk tolerance? Do we want to go in the cave or not? Come on, Tony, you're familiar with the area.
Down in the cave, let Mangone be like the sample for us.
All right, let's get into the baseball, Big T and JSU. We got a nice little slate today, 6 games. We still don't know who's throwing for the A's. So just to keep that in the back of your mind. But, hey, JSU, you haven't had much to say this morning. Let's get to you. What are we doing? Top shelf pitching. Darvish in play. Kershaw in play. Castillo, everybody's darling. Zach Davies. What are you doing at the top here?
Well, see, first of all, I haven't even gotten to drink my coffee yet. See, this is the trouble with these morning shows is I can't even
just
get
drink
my
some
full
iced
coffee
tea and you'll be good to go.
No, I don't drink iced tea. I hate iced tea, but yeah, I gotta get my coffee in. I gotta get my workout in the morning.
You scheduled this. Scheduled this.
Because the slate is at noon. What do you want me to do?
I'm 2 hours earlier. I'm waking up at 6:30.
I don't care. I don't care when you wake up.
I don't care when you do your thing either. Yeah, I don't care about your workout. Right. Curling 3-pound dumbbells. All right, where are we going here?
That's right.
I'm up to 8 pounds.
So, are we talking about the pitching at the top, obviously?
I don't know. You want to talk about iced tea and stuff, so just go already.
No, gross. All right, so, I mean, Darvish at the top is the key guy for me, clearly, over Kershaw and Castillo. I don't have any interest in Kershaw. I think Darvish and Castillo have a little more upside at their price tags, too. On DK, I don't mind either of them. I'll probably try and get up for one of them. And my lean would be Darvish if I had to pick between the two. I think he's a little safer. Like the matchup a little bit more, obviously. But Castillo still has that upside to strike out double-digit, guys too. So I mean, we can't just overlook him. Obviously, I think if I had to rank them though, it would be Darvish 1, Castillo 2, and Kershaw would end up being the third out of these top 3 pitchers. So I'll probably have no Kershaw in my lineups.
No Kershaw in your lineups. Okay, Big T, where are you top shelf pitching today?
Yeah, it's interesting because Kershaw, the 2 best guys. I feel like Darvish too has struggled at times in the postseason. I always believe in stuff like this too, because I mean you just see it like the Twins. They just find a way to lose games in the postseason. They should have won both those games for the most part. They just couldn't get over the hump. They get sent home. Kershaw, I've watched like every start of his friggin' career in the postseason. He got a lot of unlucky stuff. But eventually it just starts adding up, and you're just like, is it something about the playoffs? He just can't get it done. I don't know what it is, but I kind of agree. I mean, I think he's okay, and you can get to him, but definitely not a lock. And Miami, I just have a feeling like Miami is going to take this team down. We talked about it yesterday where I didn't like the Cubs that much. And now, I mean, you look at Darvish, he looks good on paper. I mean, if it was a regular season start, I would like him for sure on this slate. It's just, I don't know. There's something about him. I've seen him in the postseason a bunch. I just don't like how he looks that much. He's fine, but for me, I'm looking at Ian Anderson. I don't think a lot of people are going to like him as you work your way down, but he's just been so good. I mean, you look at him, young guy's not going to be scared. The Reds, I mean, just couldn't get my Reds. Just absolutely painful yesterday. Couldn't get a run. I think what they end up playing 14 innings or something. Absolutely ridiculous. He's been really good against lefties. The Reds roll out obviously a 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 lefty lineup basically. I just think it's a good matchup. I don't want it to be because I want my Reds to win, but I think it is a really good matchup, and I think he's going to be my top pitcher, as crazy as that sounds.
I don't think it's crazy at all, especially after seeing what happened with the Reds. That was full tilt. Like, I have not had a bad beat like that all season. I was legit just furious at them. How do you not score with runners on base every single inning?
Literally every inning. I mean, what did they
every inning?
Like 11 hits, didn't they? I think they had 11 hits, bunch of walks, and they just couldn't freaking get a run across the dish.
Yeah. And they had base running errors. They had Castellanos getting thrown out at third with an out. They
got a hit left field. Votto doesn't score somehow.
Yes.
I mean,
screw them. Yeah, the Reds are dead to me. JSU, let's go down the pricing. Are you going down a little bit in pricing today? What do you think of my boy Sixto Sanchez going at Chicago? Even though, again, we got the win stuff, and as we discussed yesterday, that doesn't mean that balls are going to leave the yard left and right. Doesn't mean that at all, especially when instead of going out to right field, sometimes it's going to be a crosswind, and that's going to help the pitchers, or that's going to be crazy. So who else? Do you like the Sixto? Do you like anybody else?
Yeah, I mean, I think Ian Anderson's the guy. I agree with Big T. If I'm going down lower, I think he's the guy that I prefer the most down there, 7,500. Tony brought up that he's been really good against lefties. The Reds are going to fill their lineup with lefties, 6 of them. I mean, you can say it's a small sample. Do we believe in the lefty thing? Whatever. He's had a 35-ish K rate against lefties, 36 in the sample. So, I mean, I'm going to take it, and I'm just going to say, okay, he's done well this year against lefties. I'm going to roll with it. The Reds have a heavy lefty lineup. He can get it done. He's got the upside, and he's cheap. It's not like we're paying $9K for him. We're paying $7,500. So I think he's absolutely going to be my other pitcher that I put in like as my SP2 on DraftKings or whatever. My question to Tony is, are you just starting your lineup with Ian Anderson and going down, or do you not have any interest in these pitchers? Or are you just saying Ian Anderson would be your number one ranked pitcher, price per dollar? Is that what you're saying? Because you didn't really give anyone else you like that. Like you don't.
I don't really like anyone else. Is the funny thing. I mean,
so you're literally just gonna punt like pitcher after that.
I mean, you're going to take a cheaper guy. Punting though, like we kind of talked about yesterday. Like all these pitchers are good enough where I don't really even like Woodruff against the Dodgers. Like he's fine. I don't really see a guy I want to pick on. We don't have both pitchers yet for the Oakland game confirmed. That's probably the game where I'm going to not like the pitching as much. And I mean, everyone's going to be like that too, where they're going to like the hitters in that game for the most part. Some crazy stat I saw during the last game where the White Sox haven't lost against a lefty all season. So if Manaea throws for Oakland, you almost have to like the White Sox. If they haven't lost to a lefty all year, I mean, that's a interesting stat, which I think it was like 18-0 or something, whatever the stat was. So that's a crazy stat. The rest of them, though, I mean, like the night game, Woodruff and Kershaw, I could play both of those guys. Wainwright and Davies, I could even play both of those guys. Like, I'm not huge on Wainwright ever, but I don't know. Like, I don't love the matchup for the Padres, so I could play both of those guys. Definitely could play Sixto and you, and then obviously Ian and Castillo. So I don't. Ian Anderson's the only one that I feel really good about. Put it that way. I can make a case for any of the other ones. I don't really hate any of them, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
And
So
go
wait,
on, Jesse.
So then pretty much you're just saying you're starting your lineups with Ian Anderson and then just picking a few of these guys to mix and match with him because you don't love anyone else.
Yeah, I wish I could.
But you can't like Wainwright. Like, don't say Wainwright. He's terrible.
I mean, I'm probably not going to play him fantasy-wise, but I don't think I'm going to play the Padres against him. Put it that way.
No, I don't like. I'm going to say this right now. I do not. He's definitely an X out of my player pool. Wainwright is, and Davies. Both those guys. I don't want either of them. They just lack. I think Davies especially lacks the upside that I look for in a pitcher. Wainwright, I don't want to touch against the Padres. So I guess we're different there.
I think today's going to be an interesting case on Zach Davies too, because we keep going. How is he doing this? How is he doing this? Well, you get to the playoffs, and at least the guys that are up front in the organizations, like the general managers, say, we want guys hitting the ball. We want guys throwing the ball hard. We can't have contact in the playoffs. They're going to get them. And I'm telling you right now, I'm starting to think that they did change the balls. There were some balls that were just destroyed again yesterday, and they're not going out. It just seems like there's a little bit more drag. Again, I need more than one or 2 days to do this, but we might have enough data after today when we're going into the division series and saying, okay, they're using different balls, then we completely adjust. But real quick on Sixto, he did struggle. He's got electric stuff, but he struggled a little bit recently. In all seriousness, can we run him out there? Like, can you have exposure to him today, or is that just a fade, guys?
I can have exposure to him because I think he's talented, and yeah, he got beat up the last two, but I just feel like Miami's going to beat the Cubs. Mm-hmm. They showed it yesterday. I just think he might throw a gem. If I had to be honest, like right now, before we dive fully into this, I think I want to play Ian Anderson and Sixto together on my main team. I believe me, I know that's not going to be like a popular build. People are way too safe for that. They want to play you or Kershaw on their teams. It's just a feel. It's just a gut feel play. But Anderson and Sixto just look like the best options to me. Maybe not the best matchups or whatever of the day or the safety, because obviously they could both get beat up. They're both young guys. They're both in a big spot. Both have a chance to close out the round, obviously. So I just like them. I think they both pitch a good game, and they're my top two guys, as crazy as it sounds.
That's interesting. You think that won't be popular, because I like that build too, and I think it might end up being popular by the
like Sixto is definitely not going to be popular. There's no way going against Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I don't know. I like
it's only a 5-game slate, so what are we saying popular? Like, there's no way Sixto's above like 30%.
Yeah, no. Ian Anderson will be, for sure. But
maybe.
I think.
Yeah.
I like it, though, too. I think you can go there. It helps you get the big bats, for sure, if you're looking for, like, Dodger bats. Like, I think the Dodger lefties are interesting. We'll get into it, but they're expensive.
Our boy Joey Work. I mean, Joey Work loves giving out winners over on the bet side.
Well, you got to push him. So Joey Work, every day he gives a free bet in the chat. Here. Dude, seriously? I feel like these are his best bets. He gives out the free bet. Yesterday was the Yankees, -125. I always get him to drop something. and you just threw the Braves in there. So if you're not in the chat, go in the chat, check it out. I mean, I'm not saying it's never free money, but this is the one that you tail Joey work on, man. This is the sexy one for all you grinding DFS baseball with us. As we finally turn the calendar to October, Joey work is giving you a carrot. So get in here and get going. It's beautiful. Are we ready to move on to the offenses? Are we done with the pitching? Yeah, good. Ian Anderson, is it possible, just real quick, that Ian Anderson is the second highest owned pitcher today behind you?
I don't think so, but I think it'll be close after you. Like, I think a lot of those guys will fall. I think you will for sure be the highest owned, like without a doubt. And then Kershaw, Anderson, Castillo in that next bucket.
So here's the question then, Big T. We got Atlanta going up against Castillo. Both offenses were garbage. They couldn't score through 13 and a half innings, and the Braves walked it off. Any reason to think they get to Castillo today?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's a gut feel, and I wish I didn't feel this way. Believe me, as a Reds fan, the Reds are definitely my team in baseball that I root for. Yesterday was tough on the Reds. They played so good. They couldn't score. Now they come back with Castillo, who looked decent at the end of the year, but he had a rough stretch throughout the year. I think the Braves might get to him today too. So I wish I didn't feel this way, but I kind of do like the Braves. You got Freddie up top. Acuna pounded a ball yesterday. One of the only people to hit Bauer. I mean, he hit an absolute missile to center, dead center. Look good. I mean, the lineup is solid. I definitely like Atlanta. Again, these slates, you have to almost just find the weak spot. I think everyone's going to go with the White Sox game for offense. Padres too, probably a little bit. But, like, I don't think the Dodgers will be popular. The Milwaukee, obviously not popular against Kershaw, not the Cardinals. Cubs, probably not even against Sixth. I mean, there's really it's only a 5-game slate. There's not really anywhere to go. So I think the Braves could be the sneaky spot of the day, where I don't think they're going to get much ownership against Castillo. And they've shown us over the last month that they've hit the ball as much as anybody in baseball. So can't be partial to my Reds. I got to say that I like the Braves.
All right, very good. JSU from this game. I mean, can we go to the Reds and try and dig something up there? Total fade. What are you doing with the Braves?
Yeah, no, I don't really like the Reds. I mean, Moustakas at 4K is an interesting price tag on DK, but second base is just really not great. I think Ozzie Albies from Atlanta is my favorite play at second base at 4,900. I agree with Tony about Freddie Freeman and some of these bats from Atlanta, but I don't think I want to I'm not going to be fully stacking Atlanta. I think my two favorite guys would be Freddie and Albies. Pairing them together. I think, again, I'm going to go back to the first show we did with the playoffs, where we only had 4 games and we talked about kind of taking pieces from a few different spots and mini stacking throughout the lineup. I think I'm going back to that approach, where I'm not going to really fully stack anyone but one team, and we'll get to that team when we get there, obviously. But there's only one team that I like that I think could end up going off. And outside of that, I'm going to take pieces of this game, mainly from the Atlanta side. And it's probably going to be Freddie and Albies. A lot of people are going to want to play, like Tony said, the White Sox first baseman. You got Abreu. Grandal is listed as catcher and first base. So like a lot of people are going to take the White Sox. And I think Freddie Freeman is a good pivot for tournaments.
Dude, is Twitter down? What the hell is going on here? Maybe it just came back. I think it just came back. I'm trying to get this Fires news. I mean, there's nothing better than Twitter for news. Everything else sucks about it.
I was trying to tweet out about this show too, and it wouldn't let me tweet. So
yeah,
I don't know what was wrong with Twitter, but something was funny with it for a minute.
Yeah, I hope Fires does not start and then the A's win and then he has to face the Dodgers at some point in time. That'd be.
I have a question for Tony. Does he have any interest in his guy, Freddie Galvis, at 2,800 at a position in second base, where second base is like, go look at second base. It is a terrible position to roster from, I think, anyways.
Yeah, I mean, so I kind of like Albies in that spot. But, yeah, so Freddie, it's a dilemma for me because he's facing a righty. I never face him when he's going to hit from the other side of the plate. But so he's going to hit from the left, which I like. But Anderson, like we said, destroys lefties so far in the small sample. So I'm in a dilemma. I'm like torn. Originally, I was going to play him for sure, like I always do. I'm conflicted because I want to. I hate how good Ian Anderson's been against lefties. I definitely want to get some though, because I wouldn't be able to look in the mirror at myself if he hits a bomb. I'll be tilted.
Yeah, I was gonna say, especially at that position where you might need some salary, saving guys, and I think he's one guy. Even though we like Anderson, I think he's one guy at least you can look at where
even with Anderson, probably. I mean, who knows? Like Anderson's not gonna pitch 9 innings either or something. So yeah, I mean, you're probably right, and I like Albies at second, but I could play him at short even. I don't love shortstop, so I need to give me some Freddie. I can't live with myself if I don't. And he helps with salary too. Get one cheap guy in there that definitely helps. So yeah, I'm with it.
Hey, which Freddie is he? We got free money Freddie, and then are they both free money Freddie? Which
free money Freddie, and the other side is free money Freeman.
Hold on, you never called him free money Freeman.
Well,
you're always. I think you're doubling up.
Today, no, I've called him free money. They just they're playing against each other. One of them spells it with a Y. One of them with an E. They might both get it done today.
Tony just got caught using the same phrase for two guys.
There's no way, man. Galvis, come on. Today's your day, though. And you know what else? I'm not going back to.
He likes Freddie Galvis. He came through for him.
Yeah. I love Freddie Galvis. He's one of my heroes.
Holden's shitting on him right now.
I'm shitting on the Reds.
No, you can't shit on free money.
The whole Reds.
Freddie on this show. Either one of the free money Freddies. I don't care how you spell them. Either one of them.
Yeah. Free money Freddie didn't do shit for me yesterday. So free money Freddie can go jump off a bridge. I don't even care anymore. So done with them. So
you can't blame him for yesterday.
Dude, seriously, I ripped the head off of Baby Yoda.
What do you want from him?
It was in the 12th inning.
I don't want it, man. The Reds are dead to me. Dunsky. I hope Anderson throws a no-hitter against them today. That would be so much better, and the Braves win 37-0. Let's move on to Miami and Chicago. So we got the Yu Darvish against Sixto Sanchez, and JSU, how do you attack Sanchez? Do you even bother with any Cubs? This offense has just been really disappointing. And then on the other side, no one ever wants to mess with the Marlins. Is there a one-off or any other way to get some Marlins in your lineup and not lose money?
So first with the Cubs, I mean, I'm definitely going to have a little more Sanchez. Obviously, he struggled a little bit more, to lefties, and the Cubs do have some decent lefties, but outside of a one-off or one of these power lefties, Schwarber, Happ, I'm probably going to stay off more of the Cubs because I'm probably going to have more of Sanchez in my lineup. But I don't hate the Cubs. It's just I'm probably just going to pick a one-off and move on. Like I said, one of those lefties. Then from the Miami side, I think, again, some of these power bats like Dickerson, Jesus Aguilar, he's in there. I'm going to take some of those power bats because even though I like Darvish, I still think that, he could give up, something. And I want to have something from Miami because I do think there could be some runs scored from both sides. I just don't think it's going to be that much where we're afraid of the pitchers either way.
Okay. Big T, who are the plays here? What's going on with the Marlins? Any Cubs one-offs?
So definitely not Marlins for me. I mean, I guess I could make a case for the same lefties I always do, like Dickerson and Joyce, but I just don't think you need it on this slate. You might as well not go against you. And the weather kind of sucks there too, from what I saw. A little bit of wind, a little bit of rain, maybe. Just not the best of weather. I mean, it's only 54 degrees there too. I don't know. I don't want batters from this game. I'm definitely not going to play the Cubs. Like I said, I think Miami just finishes off the Cubs, puts them out of their misery, moves on to the next round. How is Miami doing as good as they've done this year? It's crazy, but Yeah, I mean, I don't think I need hitters in this game.
Yeah, well, the weather was supposed to be jumping yesterday for the
I mean,
Cubs bats.
Holden
What
was full
happened?
peel to that
Would
wind.
you guys stop? We all agreed. We all agreed that you don't just play Wrigley because of the wind, because you get burned all the time, and it doesn't
wasn't
blow
why
out
we
the whole
agreed,
game.
first of all. I said
And one of
usually.
the reasons why we didn't like it was because of the total too. Let's be straight honest here.
Yeah, the
I
total
know
was
for
8.
a fact it was 8. People were making it out to be a bigger thing than it was.
Every game was 8 yesterday. Every game
Yeah, but
going
the
in there is
total when
8.
the win games is usually 12.
Yeah, but again, this is what people understand about Wrigley. It can blow out at the beginning of the game for 3 innings, and then the rest of the game it's swirling, and you're not getting any runs. So I think people watch that game from 40 years ago when Mike Schmidt was hitting all these home runs, and Ryan Sandberg like, oh, if the wind blows out, we'll have 50 runs. That's not how it works. It's not. You might get a handful of games where the wind blows out the whole game.
Well,
It didn't
why does
happen.
the chat say I hate Miami anyways? Like Eric Johnson, Big T hates the Marlins. LOL. I've played the Marlins all year. Like, well, the captain got my back in there. Like, what do you mean I haven't played the freaking Marlins? Just because I don't like them against you, Darvish, today on a 5-game playoff slate? I don't like them. I even said yesterday I would like the Marlins. Okay, a few of those guys. So I don't know what that means.
All right, guys, hit the like button. We're giving away free swag to one of you just for grinding with us all season long. You guys have been awesome, or at least, yeah, I guess we've been on since the season started. It really didn't start that long ago. So hit the like button, do us a favor, and we'll take care of you guys too. So the next game we're moving on to. Can we even talk White Sox and A's? Given we're not sure that Fires is going. Is Fires officially going? Have we learned that yet?
I don't think it's official. I don't know.
No. And then Dane Dunning's going on the other side. So Big T, like, can we go after Dunning with Tommy LaStella today? Can we start some lefties against Dunning? Can we start LaStella against Dunning? Can we go? Who's viable from the A's side offensively?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be an interesting spot because I'm so used to basing everything around odds and looking at the lines and different things like that. And when we don't know who the pitchers are, the lines are, anything like that, it does make it tougher for me to evaluate what I like, just because, I mean, that's what I use for a lot of my stuff. But on the surface, like we talked about, I'm not going to love batters in the late game. I'm not going to love batters in the game we just talked about, the Cubs game. So by default, all of a sudden we like Ian Anderson. There's just not really anywhere to go besides this game and the San Diego game for that matter. So it's just a small slate. You're not going to really have a choice but to play batters in this game. And it makes sense too, because you have by far, no matter who pitches in this game, you have by far the 2 worst pitchers of the slate, I think. And it just makes sense. So yeah, like for example, Moncada. Obviously, I'm going to love him against Fires. Going to hate him against Manaea. So just depends on which one of them they go with. And to be honest, like they'll probably pitch both of them anyways. No matter who starts, maybe they'll just flip flop them unless the guy's absolutely dealing. So obviously their season's on the line. 1-1. Whoever wins moves on. The starting pitchers probably doesn't even matter, honestly, the more I'm talking through it here, because the minute any trouble happens, they're pulling them. So, yeah, I think for the most part, like all the White Sox are in play. Obviously, I would like, depending on who starts, I would like Abreu the most. Grandal's always going to be a good play at catcher. Timmy Anderson. I mean, the White Sox just a good lineup. They're going to be chalky too, though. So how do we get different if we play the White Sox, I guess will be the question.
So, and they can't start. They have to start Fires. You can't start Manaea. You can't start a lefty against the White Sox. We saw it the other day. What they get 3 or 4 runs early. Then the bullpen came in with a bunch of righties, and the White Sox their bats got quelled a little bit. They can't go with Manaea. There's no way they could throw a lefty out there. So what are you doing? What are you doing, JSU, with the White Sox?
Yeah, I mean, I think you definitely want to have some of the White Sox. Like, I'm definitely not going to say the fade this game because there's definitely going to be some runs, even if they throw out Fires. I mean, you're saying like don't pitch a lefty against the White Sox. But I mean, Fires can get smacked around by both sides of the plate. It really doesn't matter.
Fires
Timmy
is
Anderson,
so bad.
yeah, he's just bad. Like Timmy Anderson's been on fire this series. 3 hits again, I'm pretty sure yesterday. Like he's going to be in play for me at shortstop. Both these catchers. Have we got a lineup out with the White Sox? Is that?
I don't see it.
Yeah. So I mean, if I'm assuming Grandal's in there, no matter what. If James McCann's in there, I'd have interest in him at 3,400. But Grandal definitely in play. Yeah, I mean, I think, like Tony said, a lot of these White Sox are pretty much in play. Luis Roberts is still cheap, 3,100. We just kind of got to, pick your spots, really. I mean, I think it's going to be the spot where everyone full stacks up the White Sox.
Is that the play today, Big T? They're just going after Chicago?
Yeah, but I mean, that's where game theory comes in too. And I mean, I've said it on the NBA shows and all these shows when it gets to playoffs. That's why I love the showdown format, why I love the 2-game formats and these small slates, because everyone falls into the pattern where they just play the same guys. And there's I just don't like that. So naturally, I want to try to get different in some way. So if I do play the White Sox, I got to find a way to get different. Maybe that's Freddie Galvis, like we talked about. I mean, he definitely helps get a little different. Playing Ian Anderson, that's not going to get you different. I don't know. Like, I'm not saying I don't like the White Sox, because I do. But if I play like 4 or 5 White Sox, I'm for sure going to try to play at least 2 or 3 super low-owned guys with it. Even on a 5-game slate. Give me someone at the bottom of the Cardinals lineup, like Matt Carpenter or something. I mean, I don't even like Matt Carpenter. I don't know why I said his name, but anybody that's 2 or 3 low-owned dudes if I'm playing the White Sox. I'm not going to play a chalky White Sox and then all chalk with it. Like, that's just not the way I want to construct my baseball teams.
Hit the like button, guys. If there's any ladies in there, do it too. Hello, everybody. In the chat today. Love you. Oh, Uncle T's in the chat today. This is wonderful. We got Uncle T.
Uncle
we got
T,
Joey
the
Work.
Man. Hey, no giving him a hard time too on the podcast, by the way, Holden. That's just not acceptable.
Why?
He said earlier you were giving him a hard time on the podcast. You can't give him a hard time.
Why not?
You're allowed to give him a hard time. I encourage giving a hard time to Uncle T.
No way.
Big T's just like, he has given me free reign to do whatever I want. It's just wonderful. And actually the fact that you're frustrated, JSU, makes it even better. I mean, now I'm totally going to crush the guy.
Eric Smith in the chat. JSU just lost all credibility. Check the stats on Wainwright. He's had a hell of a year. Terrible take.
I agree.
Wow.
Terrible
All right,
take
Eric
from JSU.
Smith. Okay. Look at the last 10 games. Look at who he's played. He hasn't played great.
He's a gamer.
He's had a few good games in his last 10 games.
He's a gamer, JSU. Winners
come
win.
at me with, hell of a year. He's been great. Blah, blah, blah.
Where do you even see that at? I don't even see that.
Right. Go on to YouTube, Tony, the YouTube chat.
I'm in the YouTube chat. I don't see him.
It's like one of the last comments.
Oh, there he is. I see him in there. I see you, Eric Smith. Maybe Eric Smith needs some gear for getting on JSU. I like that.
Oh, no. This is where I draw the line, Big T.
No, he can get gear. I don't mind people getting on me, but don't come here with Wainwright.
Wainwright's going to deal today for us, Eric Smith. Go, Eric Smith.
God, I'm
all right.
I'm staying away from both those pitchers. You guys can have fun with Davies and Wainwright.
All right, Big T, JSU doesn't want me on his side, so screw it. I'm 100% gone now. Whatever he does, I tried to stick up for him. He doesn't want my help.
No, I don't need you to stick up for me.
You know what? I'm just trying to be nice. I like you.
But I don't care if people get on me.
Fine.
I'm fine with people, calling me out or saying I have a bad take or they disagree with me. Like, you can disagree with me. I don't care. Like, don't take my advice. Play Wainwright. That's your choice. That's definitely not what I'm gonna do, though.
All credibility lost. That's what he said. Yep. All credibility.
Is that
I'm with him.
What do we got in the mug? Are you going back to the iced tea to get you all riled up?
No, this is my Father's Day gift every year.
Iced tea to get him riled up.
Yeah, I'm not riled up. Let's move on then. I don't even know where the hell we are. We just did the White Sox. Okay, White Sox and A's.
Chase
Your
Simmons
boy
says-
Wayno. Let's talk about your boy Wayno.
Oh,
Huh?
Chase Simmons says JSU mad because his twin Altuve ain't playing today.
Oh, jeez.
That's good stuff.
The height. Oh God.
I try to stay away from it.
It's your fault too, Tony. It's your fault for always making the height jokes on Twitter. Every time Tony can take a shot with me, finding some way to take a shot with me in my height, he'll do it. So I blame you for all the height jokes that I get. That's fine though. Come on, bring it. I don't mind it. Keep going.
All right. Let's get to this. So Adam Wainwright, JSU's Cy Young Award winner in the National League, is going to be going up against Los Padres. And how are we feeling about the Padres? I feel like there's going to be some guys in this lineup that'll be low owned, and then you'll always get ownership on Tatis and Machado, right? JSU, that's it. You said you wanted one team to stack here. Is this the team?
Well, I mean, now I feel like it has to be the team after what I said about Wainwright. It wasn't the team I was referring to, but I'm definitely going to have some pieces from the Padres, and I even think you can have pieces from the Cardinals. I just can't stand them. I really hope that the Padres just get this done in the next 2 games and get them out of here, because I'm sick of rostering the Cardinals. Every time I play any Cardinals, they let me down all year. I've never gotten them right. Not one guy have I gotten right from the Cardinals. So they're just a spot where I've been staying away the last few weeks, and I'm just going to continue to do it. Play some Padres and hope that they win and they can finally finish them in the next game.
Would you get extra nutty with that and just go down at the bottom of the order today? How do you differentiate with them?
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it, honestly. Like I like Tatis obviously at the top. He'd be my favorite guy. Tommy Pham at 3,800 is definitely in play on DraftKings. Hosmer and they got Moreland, but they're priced up. I mean, Hosmer's 5,200. I mean, how many people are going to get up there and take him over Abreu at 4,800? You got Freddie Freeman and Cody Bellinger 100 and 200 ahead of Hosmer. I mean, I think Hosmer is a really interesting play in tournaments that not many people are going to maybe click on, with all those guys ahead or below him that they can take. I mean, just a bunch of different options. So I don't mind him either. I do think the Padres will be somewhat popular, but not as popular as like the White Sox will be. So,
man, they are so expensive on DraftKings, Big T, because all right, Machado and Tatis 5,755, but everyone down from Hosmer to probably Moreland, Grisham. Don't let me forget about Jake Cronenworth too. All these guys are priced up at 5K. So can you even go at the bottom of the Padres stack, or would you rather just go up and pay for the good guys?
Yeah, I just I like, I mean, not to just argue with JSU, but that is fun to do. I just like Wainwright more than the Padres. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I'm fine with Tatis, Machado, these guys.
You're not being very convincing, Tony. This isn't an argument when you're not convincing anyone. I mean, come on, show some conviction.
I don't have conviction on it, so I can't show it. I'm always a transparent person with the people here.
You're killing a lot of these guys that are getting on me about the Wainwright hate. I mean, come on, you're just absolutely crushing Eric Smith right now. Eric Smith and you were boys, and now you're just absolutely crushing them.
Well, me and Eric Smith are shipping today, but yeah, I mean, Mitch Moreland for 5K? Are you kidding me? There's not a chance in this planet I'm paying 5K for Mitch Moreland. Tommy Pham's better against lefties. I mean, all these guys except Grisham, I feel like are better against lefties. I just don't like the Padres lineup. I'm not gonna play them. I like Wainwright more than the Padres. The problem with Wainwright, so to disappoint my boy, as JSU was just saying, I just don't think I want to play him over even like Kershaw. I don't like. Why would I want to play him over Kershaw? I don't see it. Maybe I'll just probably fade this game altogether.
Man.
So you're saying that he lacks upside in the in the pricing point where he is
I mean, the
compared to
price
some of the
doesn't
other
matter to
guys.
me. I think he lacks upside, though.
Okay. So he lacks upside, which was pretty much my whole point this whole time, which is like, I'd rather roster any of these other guys in his price range. And then Tony comes in with the exact same point later in the show, and I get criticism for it, and Tony doesn't. I love it. I mean, Eric Smith, if you're still in this chat and you don't get on Tony, you're just a big T lover, and I'm going to chalk it up to that.
Well, speaking of the chat, guys are just taking your mama jokes and putting you in instead of your mama. I mean, and these are good too. Like, this is like JSU gets his haircut with lawn shears. That's not even on your height. That's just like, seriously, where do you get your haircut?
I mean, honestly, to tell you the truth, I haven't gotten a haircut in like months.
Yeah.
And because my barbershop's still shut down, like it's still closed. And actually a bunch of the barbershops in my area are either closed for good, some of them, and some of them still haven't opened yet, which kind of stinks, obviously for them. But that's honestly one of the reasons. I actually 2 days ago I started to call around to see who was open. I actually drove to a few, and they were all closed. They all said they were open, like on the app and on their website, and then I got there and they were all closed. So I'm still figuring it out. My girlfriend is badgering me to get a haircut.
What are you telling her? Just deal with it?
Yep. Pretty much.
You don't like it, move out. That'd be a horrible way to go, but yeah, try it. It'll be a good story for us. All right, we got one more game to get to, guys. And hit the like button already, people. My goodness. This is unacceptable. So we got Woodruff tonight. Woodruff against the Dodgers. So the Dodgers have to be your team, JSU. Woodruff, though, has 19 Ks in his last 2 starts. He went deep against St. Louis. The problem is it's St. Louis and Cincinnati he was going up against. And tonight it's the Dodgers. And the Doyers actually are more affordable than the Padres tonight, JSU. That's the whole thing. Like, how popular are the Dodgers going to be? Or do people fade them? Because, again, it's the late game and we won't have a lineup forever.
Yeah, so the Dodgers are the team that I'm looking at to stack up. I want all the lefties. Brandon Woodruff, even though I think he's really talented and can strike out a bunch, he's got good strikeout stuff. He still gives up a lot of power to lefty bats, and that's the one thing that this Dodger team has a bunch of is powerful lefty bats. And I'm going to attack all of them: Muncy, Seager, Bellinger, Jock if he's in the lineup at cheap. They just have a lot of spots where I think they have upside, and I don't think they're going to be owned as much because I think a lot of people are going to go White Sox, Padres, maybe even Oakland gets some love today. So I think that the Dodgers are my pivot in tournaments that I'm going to like. And that's the pairing with like Ian Anderson and Sixto that can get me all these Dodger bats that I want. So that's probably what I'm going to do. Like in my 3 main teams, you'll probably see at least 1 Dodger, if not 2 Dodger lineups.
So then here, what's the plays though? You said the left-handers. Like if Jock Peterson's in the lineup, do we just go full fade of Jock because he always gets lifted? And then are there any right-handers that you're on?
Yeah, so I mean, obviously at his price though, I think if you need savings, I don't mind it. Even if he gets a few at bats and he gets, taken out after that, but just because he has power. But Muncy, Bellinger, Seager, obviously my 3 first guys I want in my lineup if I'm stacking the Dodgers. And then after that, it would be like if I needed to take a righty bat, it would be like Turner, Pollock, something like that. But it's just going to depend on the lineup and what they roll out there. I mean, Will Smith, if he's in the lineup, I would look at him at catcher just because, if I can put my catcher in my stack, that's always what I try and do. Unless there's a really cheap punt that I can find. But so that'll probably be it. It'd probably be Will Smith. If I needed a righty, would be the first one for me.
Okay. Big T, Dodgers. How popular are they going to be with you today?
Yeah, I'm not playing the Dodgers. I think Woodruff is really good. I think Kershaw obviously is not going to get pounded either by Milwaukee. They haven't hit all year, but Woodruff is a gamer, man. Even the last year in the playoffs, the year before, like whatever it was, I can't remember now. Was it last year when he faced the Dodgers in the playoffs? I can't remember. One of the last 2 years, though, he went out and just mowed. He's been just, I mean, you look at his last couple starts leading into the playoffs to get in. I mean, last time out, 10 Ks, 108 pitches. Time before that, 9 Ks, 100, 12 Ks, 100. This dude mows. I'm not excited to pick on this dude. I mean, yeah, the Dodgers have powerful sticks. They'll probably win the game, I'm sure, because Milwaukee won't score. But I don't think the Dodgers are going to – sure, you can play like a one-off to have a late bat, but there's no way in this world I'm full stacking the Dodgers by any means. Maybe I play like a Bellinger or a Muncy or even a Seager like as a one-off if it fits in there. But just to have like a late stick to get – I always like that late stick to maybe get over the hump a little bit.
That's
but
okay.
I don't like the
Hold
Dodgers.
On. There we go. How about Yelich on the other side?
Wait a second though. So you don't like the Dodgers, but like, where are you pivoting to? Like, what? Like the Dodgers have just as much upside with these power bats, and I know that Woodruff isn't someone we normally want to pick on, but it's the playoffs and we only get 5 games, and we've talked about this before. But there's some solid pitching today. Like, I don't know. Like, would you rather pick on Darvish? I mean, I guess you said you'd rather pick on Castillo, right? As
I'm going to play the Braves. I'm going to play the White Sox game.
Okay, so you're going to play those 2 games, and I think one point is no matter what you do, you can't just play the White Sox. You can't just play the Padres. Everyone's going to do that, and I think our point is that whether you want to go with Big T and go against Castillo as your kind of pivot, or you want to go with me and go against Woodruff, you got to find somewhere where most people aren't going to. You got to find some part. And if that's to you, if that's going against Darvish, fine, that's going against Darvish if that's what you like. But that's the point, is you can't just play the White Sox and the Padres together. Like, I would not do that. Like, I would play the White Sox with Dodger bats, or even if you wanted to take Dodger one-offs and friggin' Braves one-offs, you know what I mean? Something like that. That's fine. But like, that's something that I would do in, this situation, is find the spot that you love the most, and then find a spot that not everyone's going to be on, that you're okay with at the ownership you're going to get these guys at. Because you're playing a lot of these guys for the ownership and the upside they give you if they go off against the pitcher who people like and respect. So like, not many people are going to do it. That's the point.
So are we doing anything with the Brewers? Can you one-off Yelich today? Braun, by the way, might not even be playing. So we always like Braun against, well, we don't always like Braun. Braun is banged up, so he might be out. He's facing a lefty. That's huge too. Like, does that change anything on the Kershaw front with Braun possibly being out? No,
not for me. I like Kershaw a decent amount. Milwaukee just they've sucked all year. I'm not worried about Milwaukee. I don't love Kershaw, so it sounds like I'm being wishy-washy with a lot of this stuff. But I'm going to choose Kershaw over the Milwaukee side. It's a simple slate for me. I'm going to play the Braves. I'm going to play the White Sox. I'm going to play maybe some Oakland, depending on what kind of the lineup shake out. I don't like these late games. I'm not just going to play them just because they're the best bats. Like, I don't like the spots, so I'm just not going to do it.
Okay. It's fine. I haven't heard like a full game stack from you guys. That's not in play today.
For sure. Like, I'm definitely on.
I literally just gave you a full. I literally just said I'm going to stack the Dodgers full up, and you just said, "Oh,
no." Yeah, but I said a full game stack with the Brewers on the other side.
Oh, a full game.
Yeah. Why don't you listen, JSU? Why don't you listen?
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I don't think you don't need to have a full game stack on this playoff slate. I think you need to have some pieces of different games. I've already said this. Like, that's the strategy in these playoffs, for sure. But like I said, the Dodgers, I'm not going to have anything from the Milwaukee side.
Okay, so let's just do the stacks then. So you're not even stacking, so you're doing mini stacks. Like, who's your favorite 2 or 3 mini stacks? Dodgers?
So it's going to be the Dodgers, the White Sox, and the Padres would be the 3 teams that I would look at. And I'm going to play some. I'm probably going to play some Freddie Galvis as a one-off too. Even though I'm going to have Ian Anderson in my lineup. That's probably another way I'm going to go is, again, people don't like playing a hitter against the pitcher that they're putting in their lineup too. And if he hits a home run at 2,800, Ian Anderson can still go out there and have a good game, or he hits the homer after Ian Anderson gets taken out of the game. Like, it could easily happen. He's only 2,800. He doesn't need a lot to hit value at that price tag.
Big T, what are we doing here with the stacks?
Playing the Braves.
Okay. Pretty simple. Just play the Braves. JSU, your favorite one-off is going to be Galvis, I suppose?
I mean, I think I'm going to steal Tony's thunder and take some free money. Should I call him Galvis? We can't keep calling him Freddie. We can't keep.
No.
He can't take Freddie Freeman's thing. That's Freddie Freeman.
You can call him Free Money Freeman.
All right, fine. We can call him Free Money Freeman and call him Free Money Freddie. That's
Both
fine with
free
me.
money.
So I'm going to take.
Free money is free money.
I mean, I like both those guys, honestly. Like, I think both those guys are solid one-offs, even if you weren't stacking the Braves. Like, I know Tony's going to stack the Braves, but even if you weren't stacking the Braves, I like Freddie Freeman and Ozzie Albies from the Braves still. I'm going to probably play some of them. It might be together, or it might be one-offs, but I'm definitely going to play some. Oh, man, and Captain's in here. He says, JSU's the homer today. I love to see it. Just because I'm going to play some Dodgers, Captain. I'm the homer today. Captain loving the Dodgers.
He loves the Dodgers. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's his team.
All right. Big T, give it to me. Who's hitting a home run?
Who's hitting a home run? Ozzie Albies is hitting a home run today.
Okay. Love a little Ozzie Albies. Very nice. We got a consensus then. JSU and Big T on the Ozzie Albies.
He picked Ozzie Albies to hit a bomb. I wasn't listening.
I just said he was one of my one-offs. From the game, I literally said from the Atlanta game, I would play two guys, and it's Albies and
I was talking about bombs. I thought I missed the
I didn't say anything about I didn't get asked about home run calls.
Do you want to? Are you feeling left out? Do you want me to ask you about a home run call?
No. Tony's the one off the home run guy. So
if anybody has a question real quick in the chat, we can get to you. Okay. That's it. So hurry up and
no more questions about my hair. All right. I'll get a haircut
baseball.
Eventually. God, please.
Yeah, baseball questions. That's it. So if you got those, and then the winner of the swag today is Kelly Wilhide. So we'll go with Wilhide.
Oh my God. You just
What?
That's my girlfriend.
Are you kidding me?
You can't pick
Are you
her.
kidding me?
Yeah, no, that's
your girlfriend's in the chat?
Yeah, she was just in the chat.
Oh my God. Dude, hold on a second. Everybody in the chat, no more baseball questions. I want you to just crush JSU from here on out. His girlfriend's in the chat.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Say nothing about his girlfriend though. Don't say anything about his girl. That's messed up.
She watches the shows. What are you talking about? She wants.
I don't know what your relationship is like. Who cares? You know.
Watches the win. She wants the winners.
I'm so curious.
How about Donna? Donna. This is two women I got to. This is great. Donna, did you Kuratich? Is that your girlfriend too?
No, that's
all right.
My girlfriend.
All right.
Big
T, any relation here before we give away the stuff?
I would just give it to him. I would cheat and just give it to the family member who.
Donna.
Tony's literally gonna send her a small now. Oh, she's a small, Tony. There you go.
Donna, hit up Big T on Twitter or email us at info@runpuresports and say I won.
Your lady said she would cut your hair. I agree with that.
She's been saying she could cut my hair for the last week or two. No way I'm letting anyone cut my hair besides my barber. This is a problem. See, before my barber lived when I was growing up, my barber lived right down the street from me on the same street. Literally could walk there in 30 seconds, and he cut. It was perfect. He had an apartment upstairs, and his barbershop was the downstairs part, and it was just perfect. I could literally walk there, get my hair cut. Now he's gone. He closed up, and I don't even live. Obviously, I don't live where I grew up anymore. I have my own place now, so it's a free for all. I can't find a place to get my hair cut. No way I'm letting her touch my hair.
All right, Donna, hit up again, info@runpuresports.com or just hit up Big T on Twitter and he'll do that. So you can also hit up JSU if you want to. He's here. He'll get you some swag. Did you give your girlfriend any swag yet?
No.
Really?
No.
Really?
Tony hasn't sent the family members of the Run Pure staff some swag. So, okay. I don't get. She doesn't get anything yet until Tony decides, that the family members can get some stuff. She's waiting though, Tony. Just letting you know, she's waiting for her T-shirts. So,
Tony, did you get any kid-size stuff too? We need some kid-size stuff.
I mean,
that's what we need.
I got JSU size. Does that count?
Well, that's what I'm saying. And I gave, I tell you, I gave my daughter the hat. She loved the hat. I mean, she was like, this is a great hat. Love it. And now I only got the bet side that's clean. But when I was at the gym the other day, some like 80-year-old lady came over. She's like, watch Run Pure bets. So we might have gotten another subscription. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You got to wear these out all the time. We need subs, dude. I'm all for this.
No, I want to hear more about the 80-year-old lady at the
gym.
Yeah,
she was like doing water aerobics or something like that. They lift their arms up like pool
Did you get in there and
chi.
start doing it?
Well, I mean, this is right up my alley. 80-year-olds looking for hot young guys. I'll tell you something. Run Pure Sports going to get me in as long as they got enough money. All right. Thanks to Simon for running the show today. Simon's with us. Simon, you probably weren't like me and negotiated against yourself. So I'm happy you're here, and I'm happy you're happy with everything. I'm glad they got you. I'm glad they brought you over. This is terrific. JSU, any final thoughts about today's slate, or can we just go? What's this workbench stuff? What's with the workbench? Everybody's like workbench. What's the workbench? What is it?
Tony, that's Tony's thing.
Tony, what is the workbench?
You're not familiar with it because you're not getting the old noodle wet very often. It's where you do your work, Holden.
You're married with kids. Don't you tell me that you're hammering away.
You can still get the job done.
Oh my God. Do you even want to though? After all these years, that's how I was. I was like, just go away. Just get out of here. It's enough of you.
That's enough of
Once you see a kid come out of there, there's nothing else. Like you don't even want to look at the person anymore. It's like, this is gross. Never look down. By the way, if your captain knows this, never look down, guys. It will stain your mind.
I mean, I still have the image in my mind. It wasn't good. You're right. I got to agree with you. It's not
just innards and
visual.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So anyways.
Thanks, guys. All right.
Well, JSU hires me. He goes right up to the line, and then he steps back. We're at the line. We're done. We're not going over. For JSU, for Big T, I'm Holden. For Simon back there and Captain Morgan, we'll see you later. Have a great one.